Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, bringing you breaking news on the Shanquella Robinson case. What am I talking about? If you don't know, Gerado has started a YouTube channel. He is a reporter from the Metropol Mex, the local newspaper that broke the story of Shanquella, leaked the police report. You get it. He's the guy that broke the police report. However, he is now bringing us new information on his channel. He is now bringing us new information on actual pictures of Shanquella Robinson, including pictures of the doctors, the emergency triage. These are pictures directly on the scene. You guys, we have to decode. I told you these pictures were dropping. They have dropped, but we have to look at the faces because the faces tell a sick, more sinister story of why the doctor is actually under investigations, what the EMT people were doing, where she was left, how she was dressed, more information that is opening up. But what's more, I want to revisit the police report because there's a lot of facts in the police report that people just skipped over because we didn't know it was relevant. But now we know it's so relevant and we need to talk about it. Okay, first of all, let's get into it. This is the picture. Of course, you know this is Gerado Zuniga's page. We also know that this is the thumbnail if you want to click over there. But listen to what we have to say, okay? You guys, look at this. We have to look at the nurse's face on the picture. Now, as we know, medical authorities, right? If you don't know what the nurse is looking at, she is looking down on Shanquella's body, just laying there. Look at the guilt on the nurse's face. I'm not joking. Look at the guilt on the nurse's face. Why is she looking guilty? Because who is beside her? Okay. If you guys don't remember from the police report, right? The nurse was there from, I believe, 2:13. We're going to go over that in a second. Until she started convulsing. And Winter Donovan was the one that called 911. When 911 came, this is the Red Cross first responders. They arrived on the scene. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. They are looking down on Shanquella's body. I need everybody to pay attention to how their faces look. Looking down on Shanquella's body. One person is looking concerned. The other guy with his brow furrowed. He knows something is up. He knows something is wrong. Why is this relevant? When you look at the furrowed brow, when you look at how he knows something is deeply wrong, a lot of people were asking, why is the local authority being investigated? Why are the police on the scene being investigated? Why is the doctor being investigated, but the EMTs are being given a pass? The Mexico government is not pressing charges on the EMTs, and they are being looked at as just pure witnesses. Why? Because they got there at the end of it. But look at the looks of concern on their faces. Look at this. Look at this EMT. They've never seen anything like it. They are standing over Shanquella's body. She is wearing a pair of pink biker shorts and a black t-shirt. Again, I express doubts that one person without training could actually dress her. I express grave doubts about that. A lot of people said, no, if you've been formally trained, you know how to dress somebody up to 300 pounds, to which I say you guys are proving my point, because Dejanay, I do not believe, was trained to do that. Now, again, Alyssa Hyatt was, but if Alyssa Hyatt was, what does that tell us? It means that she moved Shanquella's body. It means that she got her dress. It means that when you said it was alcohol poisoning, you knew, or whoever helped get her dressed, whether it was Alyssa Hyatt who has CNA trading, whether it was Dejanay by herself, we're guessing it was more people. You knew at that moment that it was not alcohol. You knew that there was fighting, and you knew that you had to move her body from that room into the living room, that you had to tell the doctor, right? Unless the doctor made it up herself. But even then, why would she make it up unless there was something making her make it up? You had to tell the doctor, this is what we think is wrong. And that lie also had to be repeated to the EMTs. Winter Donovan, we're assuming, repeated, oh, it's alcohol poisoning, but something's coming, please come quick. or whatever the doctor told her to have. Let's take another look at the doctor's face, shall we? Because the doctor's face says it all. If you don't know, her body is on the floor. Okay, she's wearing pink biker shorts and a black t-shirt. Out of respect for the family, and until these pictures are more widely circulated, I do not want to be the one to actually show Shanquella's body. Out of respect for her family, I don't think you need to see her body laying there. Of course, everybody's different, but I did not want to show it. But look at the nurse's face looking down on Shanquella's body. Look at is it guilt? Is it fear? Is it, oh, am I going to get away with this? She does not look like she has, of course, Shanquella's best interest in heart. She does not look like she had been trying to revive somebody for 2.5 hours before the EMTs arrived. And when the EMTs arrived, look at the look on their faces. But you guys, let's actually dive into the police report, because now that we know what we know, this police report makes so much more sense. Okay. The reason, cardiopulmonary arrest. This is a translation, so there are going to be some things that I'm going to have to reword, but it's a translation, right? Friday, October 29th, at about the hour of knowledge of her death was at 5 p.m. The police got there at 5:25. So they are saying, and the doctor's saying, that it's 5 p.m. We all know this, the Mexican official thinks it's lies, but just go ahead with it, right? Where was this found? The subdivision, Port Los Cabos, Founders Section, Lot 32, Street Padre Quino. Who was the person that called this in? Winter Essence Donovan, age 25, from North Carolina. Relationship, friend. The fact that she put relationships, friend, is what helped them link the femicide charge. As we know, femicide is not just DV. It's not just because it could be something that happens to a woman that ends in her death, and there was a close relationship, like friend. But get this, all right? At about 5 p.m. of 2022, this is what the police wrote. When we were on surveillance and crime prevention tours, right? Or the official unit for the police car is DST 777. A report was received via radio from C2 where he communicated that in Puerto Los Cabos subdivisions, he was asking for support of the medical unit since they were treating a person who was convulsing. So we immediately went to the place, arriving at 5:25. Okay. At 2:13 p.m., they requested the consultation service for Miss Shanquella Brenda Robinson, since they told the doctor that she had drunk a lot of alcohol and they wanted to give her IV fluid at 3:15 p.m. The general practitioner, Carolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutierrez, arrived at the subdivision home in the Puerto Los Cabos founding section, where a female person was found who had a poor response, right? And was found in a drunken state. She says there were stable vital signs, dehydrated, and they advised her friends that they transfer her to a hospital, but her friends insisted they treat her at the scene. She proceeded to channel without success, okay? At 4:20 p.m., she went into a convulsive crisis, and she gave a generalized tonic-clonic which is a seizure, that lasted less than a minute. And there was sphincter relaxation. If you don't know, the body has 4 sphincters. There are, of course, one in the anus, but there's also one in the chest, and I believe 2 other places. And there was sphincter relaxation, to which her friend named Winter Donovan proceeded to dial 911 to request an ambulance. Now let's think about this, okay? They requested her at 2:13. At 3:15, the doctor did all this, right? Malik Dreyer says that his plane arrived. It took him an hour to get there, and he says he arrived somewhere around 3:30. However, the doctor, I'm sorry, not Malik Dreyer, Nasir Wiggins. However, the doctor clearly says that she proceeded at 3:15. Okay, now, when she had the convulsion at 4:20, Winter Donovan proceeded to dial 911 to request an ambulance. In the process The patient presents with was having trouble breathing, okay? And at 4:49, the general practitioner said she stopped feeling her pulse and began CPR maneuvers with the help of one of her friends. One of those people helped the general practitioner perform CPR on Shanquella Robinson. They also helped dress her, helped perform CPR, and they helped dress her. Why is this important? Because if the autopsy, which I believe because the Mexico government believes that everything else was a lie, right? If the autopsy is supposed to be believed, then she had passed away within 15 minutes at 3 p.m. 15 minutes at 3 p.m. But there's more. Someone dressed her. I believe, judging by the someone's dressed her. Okay? And even if she dressed her by herself, what are the odds that she got her dressed that quickly? Let's not forget, they're saying the cause of death was at the time of death was at 3 p.m. So even if Dejanay dressed her herself, what are the odds that someone that has no experience dressing unresponsive people can get somebody dressed, right? Wipe them off and bring them to a whole new room by themselves within 20 minutes. 2:15, they got the call. The nurse began doing her thing at 3:15. That means she got there somewhere between 2:15 and 3 p.m. 3:15. That means that after that fight, and if you look at that 3 o'clock, that means that she had about 45 minutes to get her dressed and to bring her body into a different room. How did all those people see her bringing a body into a different room and nobody bothered to question anything? How did they get her on the floor? Now, remember when Nasir Wiggins said that he rolled her over and put a bag underneath her and put on Summer Walker and was rubbing his head? Does it seem like more of a lie now? Does it seem like more of a lie? More importantly, right? They gave her 15 CPR sessions, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 unsuccessful discharges. That's what the thing that, what do you call it? The thing that makes you jump up. God, why can't I think about that, right? Anyway, right? She had no pulmonary reflexes, no pulse, and for which reason the general practitioner, Carolina Beatriz Ortiz, declared her deceased at, are you guys ready for this? Declared her deceased at 6:35 p.m. A telephone link was made through the CT to an early care public ministry. Answering the call, his name was Mr. Julio Daniel Cortez Carmona, to whom the aforementioned facts were reported, for which the filing, they instructed them how to file and let everybody leave. Those people, the public ministry that had knowledge, Julio Daniel Cortez investigated. The 2 police officers investigated, right? The Red Cross paramedics are fine. The first responders, okay? Now, why is this important? Because there's been a lot of rumors going around that the FBI and all these things can't prosecute because they need proof that the crime was committed in America. But the thing is, a lot of people are saying that a crime was committed and it was committed on an American citizen. And it really doesn't matter whether it got admitted in America. Listen, you guys, more stuff is coming out. Just wanted to drop this here. I'm going to be posting other videos. Please make sure you refresh. But there's so much other information coming out. I just wanted to give you guys this snapshot and then we'll get into the other videos. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments and I will talk to you later.